5.51 ERA. He has struck out 25 and walked 14. Boy, the Reds could use a strong start from Lodolo on this night.
And normally for Lodolo, when he has a strong start, his breaking ball is supreme. And we'll see how that breaking ball is here tonight.
He comes home to Moreno, swung on and fouled into the net above the first base dugout. It's 0-2 on the right-handed hitting Moreno.
Right now, Lodolo's been pretty consistent with that fastball on these right-handed hitters' hands. Both to Ketel Marte and now here to Moreno.
The left-hander's 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Kind of like that slide.
Pretty good one there, down and in, and Moreno right over the top of it. He strikes out.
Basically pitched both Moreno and Marte almost the same. Sped them up with the fastball in on their hands and then buried that slider slash curveball, however you want to call it, under their hand.
Nolan Arenado batting with a runner at first base and 2 outs. Had a tough ball game yesterday in Miami. The pitch to Arenado, check swing strike, and he's down to the count 0-1. Arenado 0 for 4 yesterday in Miami. Struck out 3 times in that game. He has 8 home runs on the year, but only 1 in his last 19 games, hitting .252 on the season. The pitch to Arenado, and he takes low and inside. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count, or 1-ball, 1-strike count. 1 on, 2 out, top of the first inning. On a beautiful night here in Cincinnati. Clear skies, sun shining bright. Dane Myers wearing it out there in center field. Same with Dunn in left. The pitch from Lodolo just a little bit up and away on a fastball to Arenado, and the count's 2 balls and a strike. Carroll at first base, a little bloop single into short left. Modest lead. Lodolo eyeballs him over there. Now home with a 2-1 pitch. The runner goes, swing and a miss, and a breaking ball on the throw.
That looked like interference right there.
Sure did. Terrible throw from Stevenson. Ended up at the feet of Lodolo, and it really appeared as though Arenado interfered with him, and I think that's exactly what Stevenson's saying.
He went to throw, and I mean, looked like the bat came around on Stevenson. Now, Arenado did not go across the plate. Nope. He went down to a knee.
So it's a stolen base for Corbin Carroll, his 8th, and now the 2-2. Way too high with that fastball upstairs. Almost looked like he crossed Stevenson up a little bit there.
Yeah, that's because it was so high that Stevenson had to climb a ladder to get to the top of it.
Oh, man.
That was way up there.
That caught him off guard a little bit.
That'll get you loose.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Or to blow your shoulder out if you're trying to catch it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 out. Here comes Lodolo. Swung on, and Arenado skies one high in the air, short center. Here comes Dane Myers. He's got an eye on it, and he'll make the catch looking up into the bright sunshine. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the D-backs nothing. Reds coming up on the Reds Radio Network. Well, Nick Lodolo looked pretty good in the first inning, but tell you what, the Reds could have their hands full with this left-hander, Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, he changes speeds, got a good, awfully good changeup. He'll throw that breaking ball, as does Lodolo, under the right-handed hitter's hands. Not going to overpower you. But I think probably the biggest concern right now, Tommy, is the outfield sun, at least here in the first couple of innings. I mean, you got Jordan Lawler, who's a natural shortstop, playing center field in his first game back. And you got Ryan Waldschmidt, who plays a lot of first base, is playing in left field, both rookies.
And those are the two toughest spots to play this time of day here at Great American Ballpark. So I think Dane Myers handled his fly ball well. I don't know that Blake Dunn saw the one that dropped in for a hit all that well off the bat. So we'll see how it goes tonight for those two. The left-hander on the way to the plate. Dane Myers shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a strike. The count is 0-1 on Myers, who's hit safely in 5 straight. He is 6 for his last 13. Rodriguez into his windup, and the left-hander's home with the 0-1 pitch to Dane Myers, and he watches a strike on the inside corner quickly. 0-2. Eduardo Rodriguez on a nice roll right now. Last 8 starts have been awfully good. The pitch off the plate outside. Now his last time out, he ended up taking the loss against the Nationals, going 6 1/3, giving up 4 runs. The 1-2 pitch, and Myers swings and fouls it back. But overall, over the bigger picture in those 8 starts I was telling you about, he's 3-2, and the Diamondbacks are 5-2 in that stretch. It's getting it done. Left-hander into his windup and home with a 1-2 to Dane Myers off the inside corner. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Now that is Rodriguez to a T. He'll use the fastball to tease you on the inside part of the plate, off the plate, and then he'll throw a changeup for a strike.
Here's his 2-2. Swung on, and Myers fouls it back. The changeup is a pretty difficult pitch for teams to handle, it seems like.
Especially the way that Rodriguez delivers it. It's got some fade away from the right-hander. It looks just like the fastball. I mean, there is no way to pick that pitch up until the last second.
2-2 again, and it's off the outside corner. There was the changeup, but it missed way off the outside edge.
When you come out and you throw your changeup 3 times to the leadoff hitter, that's going to be a pitch you're going to be using a lot. If you're in that first base dugout, you better be paying attention.
Rodriguez with the count full on Myers, home with the payoff. And it's low and in. He walked him.
Nice at bat.
So fastball missing down and in. Dane Myers aboard to begin the first inning for the Reds. They have their leadoff man on, and now J.J. Bleday.
And Dane Myers drew that walk after being down in the count 0-2. It was fastball, changeup. They were both strikes, and he was able to draw a base on balls after being down in the count.
The left-hander home with the first pitch to J.J. Bleday, and that's in the dirt for ball 1. Bleday's hitting .270 on the year, 11 home runs, 29 RBIs, one player of the month last month, but he has cooled off significantly here in the month of June. He scattered some hits. Myers off the bag at first base. The first baseman Vargas holds him, draws the throw, and chases him back on his feet.
Yeah, you look at the numbers for Bleday. He's hit in 6 out of the last 7 ball games. It's not like he's not getting any hits, but he's only hitting 179 in June. So it tells you there's been a lot of outs that have been hard hit.
The 1-0. There goes Myers. The pitch is outside. Throw to second. Not in time. Dane Myers dives in safely at second ahead of Moreno's throw. And that's the 5th stolen base of the year for Dane Myers.
Big jump for Dane Myers when he took off from first base. Rodriguez is a little bit deliberate to the plate out of the stretch. Kind of a slow leg kick. And that little bit of an extra step or an extra split second allows him to get his hand in there safely.
Bleday wide open stance on the left side. And here it comes. The pitch to Bleday is weakly bounced over by the Reds dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike. If you're listening tonight on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? You can see Waldschmidt still out in left field. He's trying to use his bare hand. He's trying to use the glove to shade his eyes from the sun as the pitch misses down and away to J.J. Bleday. He's almost standing in the shadows. Same story in center field. Jordan Lawler's trying everything he can do to try to see in. But both of them are fighting the sun. Runner at second, nobody out. The 3-1 to Bleday, and that's in there for a strike on a fastball.
The one thing about facing a guy like Eduardo Rodriguez, he's a veteran pitcher. He will throw you any pitch at any time.
Facing the Reds for the 4th time in his career. It's the 3rd time that he's pitched against the Reds here at Great American Ballpark. He has pitched well here.
But he is not going to throw you a fastball in a fastball count. He's not going to throw you a breaking ball in a breaking ball count. He's going to mix them up.
3-2 pitch. And strike 3 called. And J.J. Bleday wants to challenge.
The pitch is called a strike. The batter is challenging.
I think that might be a good challenge.
That might be a great challenge. He was a little reluctant to do it. It looked low. It was low. Good challenge.
Cincinnati has 2 challenges remaining.
That's Alex McKay, the home plate umpire, relaying the word.
Alex's microphone is a little scratchy.
Yeah, a little bit. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Here is Sal Stewart.
We say this all the time, Tommy, but the best way to get to a controlled pitcher is in the first inning before he finds the zone mechanically. And if you can get on him here, you can steal some runs early.
Left-hander ready to go now against Sal Stewart. Here he comes. And the first pitch is down and away for ball 1.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, I thought the catcher wanted a challenge.
Pitch is called a ball. The pitcher is challenging.
He said the pitcher is challenging. I think the catcher was challenging. Let's see. That was a strike.
The call is overturned. Arizona has 2 challenges remaining.
That was barely. I mean, barely.
That plate must be bouncing on Alex McKay right now.
Oh, man.
Just a tad low on the previous pitch, and then that one just catches the bottom of the zone.
Those are some tough challenges. 0-1 the count on Sal Stewart. And Sal swings and whacks it foul off to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes on Sal Stewart. Here's your full umpiring crew tonight. We've mentioned Alex McKay already at home plate. The crew chief is Lance Barksdale. He's down at first, and at second, Dexter Kelly with Ryan Addington at third. No balls, 2 strikes on Stewart. Rodriguez delivers, and Sal swings again and fouls it straight back. 0-2 on Stewart.
Oh, Barksdale's a catfish fella now.
That doesn't surprise me, especially if you've ever heard him talk. You could listen to his accent and go, I bet that guy likes catfish.
He lives right down the road from me.
0-2 on Sal Stewart. And time called to the plate by Sal. You ever see him at any of those catfish joints down there?
Every
you guys
once
go to?
In a while.
Yeah. Here's the 0-2 again. And Sal takes a little bit low on the inside corner. That igloo-looking place still open down there?
Oh, yeah.
What's that one called?
Hold on. Let me think of it.
Oh, boy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's right off the highway there.
Yes. Jerry's.
Yeah. 1-2 in the dirt. Another block by Moreno. The Reds are definitely making Rodriguez throw a lot of pitches. Deep count on Dane Myers before he walked him.
You know, that joint does look like an igloo.
Well, yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
It looks just like one.
Well, up here they have those same type of structures, but they put dirt in there.
Yes, they do.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. High and outside. Now this count goes full on Sal Stewart.
They had dirt in it up here. We
catfish out of it down there. I could just imagine somebody driving through one of those Midwest towns and looking at that going,
yeah.
You know what? I bet that'd be a good catfish joint.
Well, the worst part is some country boy ride up here and pull in and think we're going to get some catfish and it's full of dirt.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Sal Stewart. Instead, Rodriguez backs off the rubber. Myers at second base. He walked and stole second. Bleday walked at first base. Full count on Sal Stewart. And the pitch. Swinging a foul.
It's a good swing right there for Stewart. Trying to stay back for that breaking ball or changeup and able to foul off the fastball just in time.
Now Rodriguez started off behind the count against J.J. Bleday. Almost struck him out. And then Bleday challenged what was strike 3. It turned out to be ball 4. But he was ahead of both Dane Myers and Sal Stewart 0-2 before going full. Payoff pitch again. And Stewart again swings and sprays it foul. That into the second deck right side.
I don't think he's going to get another fastball here. That was a little better swing.
And it was a pretty hittable pitch just below the belt, right down the heart of the plate. Sal would like to have that one back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the payoff pitch to Sal Stewart. Swinging again. He barely got a piece. He did get another fastball. That time a 4-seamer, and he fouled it away.
At the bottom of the strike zone. That's 3 in a row. Don't normally see that from this left-hander. But after walking 2 batters, he got to figure out how to make the Reds make some contact. He's looking for a double play.
Spencer Steer in the on-deck circle. Rodriguez back home. And Sal swings and hits it a mile high into shallow left field. Out goes the shortstop Perdomo. He'll be called off by the left fielder Waldschmidt, coming in nearing the line and making the catch. And very short left, just inside the left field line.
Well, that was a 2-seamer that started in off the plate and came back to the inside corner. Not exactly the easiest pitch to hit 3-2 when you're trying to guard for that changeup away.
Now Steer, this could be an interesting matchup right here. You talked about how much that Rodriguez likes to rely on the changeup. That's a pitch that Spencer Steer hits well, and he hits left-handers very well. 2 on, 1 out. Rodriguez gives the runners a look and throws, and Steer takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
Looked like a little cutter right over the inside edge, trying to guard against Steer jumping on the first pitch.
Spencer was smoking hot. He's cooled off, just 1 for his last 21, but that 1 hit was a homer. The 0-1, and Steer takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike on Spencer Steer. Got Sal Stewart and Spencer Steer hitting back to back. It's a lot of S's.
And Suarez on deck.
The 1-1 up and away. Now Spencer Steer with the count in his favor. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good looking crowd tonight here at Great American Ballpark. Folks still making their way in. Watch this series opener between the Reds and Diamondbacks on a beautiful Friday night. The 2-1 pitch to Spencer Steer. Instead they will toss in behind Dane Myers, who's easily back to second base.
As much as Myers has been hopping around back there, I'm surprised they haven't tried that before now.
The day's off the bag at first base. Myers down at second. This is already the 28th pitch of this inning for the lefty Rodriguez.
Good thing for the Reds.
2-1. Swung on, and that's fouled back to the right side.
But the key to this, Tommy, as you know, trying to cash in your first and second hole hitters walking to start the inning.
Got to do something with that.
If you don't do anything, it's a downer.
Like you talked about, you want to get to this guy early. You figure at some point he's going to settle in. You need to get to him while you have the chance, especially with the middle of your order coming up. They work in again behind Dane Myers, and again he is already back at the bag before Rodriguez even lets loose of the throw down to second.
Well, I don't think they'll be throwing back there again.
No, that was the final disengagement during this at bat, and he was not close.
Not close either time.
No. 2-2. Rodriguez home to Spencer Steer, and it's low and inside, a fastball that missed badly, and again he's gone full on a Reds hitter. Full counts to each of the first 4 Reds that have come to the plate in this inning. That is not a recipe for longevity. Rodriguez comes set, and the payoff pitch to Spencer Steer. Swung on, Steer goes the other way and fouls it into the seats, front row of the upper deck, first base side. So we'll try the 3-2 pitch with Spencer Steer again. Well, the good news for Jordan Lawler in center and Ryan Waldschmidt in left, this inning has taken so long. They're in the shadows now, so
don't have to worry about the sun ball.
Hitters do. Sun still glaring off the batter's eye, which can make for a difficult backdrop. 3-2 pitch again. Up and in, and he walks Spencer Steer. So 3 of the first 4 have all walked, and now the catcher Gabriel Moreno will go out and have a word with Eduardo Rodriguez, and he'll be joined in that conversation by Brian Kaplan, the Diamondbacks pitching coach. The bases are juiced here with only 1 out, and the former Diamondback Eugenio Suarez coming to the plate with a chance to do some damage against his former mates. Suarez 2 for 4 yesterday, and I tell you what, Cowboy, you look at what he's been doing over the last couple of games and you kind of start to get a little excited that maybe he's starting to break out of that funk a little bit. Suarez in the finale in San Diego had a home run in the Padres' 5-4 win, but he drove home 2, so he was 1 for 5 in that game.
Well, one swing of the bat here from a guy like Suarez could really change the fortune of the Reds, especially after the road trip that they had.
I said he was 1 for 5. He was 2 for 4, excuse me. Had the double in his last at bat in the second game, and now he swings the first pitch here, fouls it back out of play. 0-1 on Eugenio Suarez. Bases loaded, 1 out. Rodriguez deals the 0-1. Suarez swings, hits it in the air, short right center field. Carroll in a hurry from right. He will make the catch. Myers going to tag at third and then stop. The throw back in was offline but cut off by Vargas. And it was so shallow that even with that throw offline to the cutoff man, I think they still would have been able to redirect it in time to get Myers. Not what you want to see there. Second.
Well, especially the fact that it was Carroll. Carroll's got a pretty good throwing arm. He's accurate. I think because the ball was so shallow, it just took a while for Ildemaro Vargas to get into cutoff position. He was just a little late getting there.
Late Dunn now. And Dunn takes a strike down the middle, 0-1. 3 walks in the inning and 2 non-productive flyouts. One by Sal Stewart, the other by Suarez, and now the Reds counting on Dunn. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. He swings and lines it just foul down the right field line. 0-2 on Dunn.
Well, Dunn likes the middle of the field. He likes to hit the ball right back over the dirt on the pitcher's mound. And in this instance, because the bases are loaded, you don't have an infielder playing up the middle, so it's wide open.
Dunn has hit safely in 7 straight. He's hit left-handers well, but he's down to the count, 0-2, and the 0-2 pitch to him. Swung on, fouled away again, popped into the seats beyond first. It's a no ball, 2 strike count on Blake Dunn. Myers at third, Bleday at second, Steer at first. 2 outs in the inning. Rodriguez back into his windup, and here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back by Dunn. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez approaching 40 pitches in this first inning alone. The good news about that is the fact that the Diamondbacks bullpen has been struggling terribly. 0-2. Down and away. Tried to get Dunn to go after the changeup, but it missed badly. Now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Dunn over that 7-game hit streak, 11 for 33. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, still a ball and 2 strikes. It's going to be a 40 pitch inning. for Eduardo Rodriguez. You'd love to make him pay for it.
Have we seen another pitcher have a 40-pitch inning this year? I don't think we have.
That's a lot. The left-hander deals. Swung on, Dunn lifts it in the air, short right. Here comes Carroll in a hurry. First baseman out, and it'll be Carroll. He makes the running catch in short right field, and Rodriguez gets out of the inning despite walking 3. The Reds leave him loaded, and we go to the second inning. No score, Reds and Diamondbacks on the Reds Radio Network. Diamondbacks come to bat. We're in the second inning here at Great American Ballpark, and let's look at today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. The theme this series is on this date. On this date in 2023, relief pitcher Ricky Karcher made Reds history by becoming the first Reds pitcher to be credited with a save in his major league debut since the save became an official stat back in 1969.
It was his first and only appearance at the major league level.
Against what team did Karcher record this historic save? The pitch is off the
slam
outside.
dunk,
Yeah, it's so easy.
Royals.
It was. B, Kansas City Royals. A, Arizona Diamondbacks. Or C, the St. Louis Cardinals, if you want other options. Well, that will be a day we'll never forget. Strike on the inside corner. 1-1.
I'll say this. Since 2007, that's the easiest question we have ever had.
That's no question about that.
You know, I just want to say thank you for giving us a layup, because for 20 years it's been anything but a layup.
Those are a welcome. Those are a welcome departure from the norm. Low and in. 2-1 now, and tomorrow Vargas. Vargas hitting .275, 7 home runs, 37 driven in, but he's just 1 for his last 18 now. He's putting the ball in play over that stretch. He rips this one on a line foul.
Man, we had one of those questions. I was one of the answers, and I wasn't really sure if it was me or somebody else.
That's tough. That makes it really tough.
That's how bad the question was worded, I thought, or how tough the question was worded.
It's not always easy. It's never easy. That's what makes it trivia, the 2-2.
Yeah,
in the air, short left. Coming on is the center fielder, Dane Myers. He'll wave off Blake Dunn. Myers puts it away, and there's one gone here in the second inning.
That was a really nice backdoor breaking ball by Lodolo, and so far his breaking ball has been on point.
Geraldo Perdomo at the plate. Perdomo hitting .241, 3 home runs, 22 batted in. Lodolo to the plate. Perdomo bunts, drops it down up the third base line. Foul. Strike one.
It's not the easiest way to judge the angle with Lodolo because he throws the ball almost as if it would come from the second base position, that angle coming from second base back towards the inside corner. Looked like Perdomo had a pretty good shot at it, but because of the way he angled the bat with the angle of the ball coming in, and you combine those two factors, the ball ends up being foul. Not by much, but just enough.
0-1 the count on Perdomo. Suarez still even with the bag at third base. He again shows bunt, pulls the bat back this time, and watches a strike. That was a backdoor hook that dropped in there for strike two. Perdomo down to the count. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back. Perdomo, one of the best hitters in the league last year, but only hitting .241. He does have 11 hits in his last 29 at bats over his last 9. So
yeah, he's swinging the bat better as of right now than he has all year.
The 0-2 pitch, and he takes down low. A ball and 2 strikes on Geraldo Perdomo. The kick and 1-2. Swung on, grounded off the front of the Diamondbacks dugout. Still a ball and 2 strikes. The Reds are the team that Perdomo hit his first major league home run against. He did that back on June the 7th of 2022. That home run, a grand slam. 1-2 pitch. And Perdomo lines one through the hole on the right side of the infield for a base hit. So he's on with a 1-out single. Second hit already tonight for Arizona. Well, the batter will be Jordan Lawler.
Like a high changeup there from Lodolo. It was up around the belt, and Perdomo just kind of feathers it through the right side of the infield.
Now the left-hander's home with the first pitch here to Jordan Lawler in there for a called strike. Lawler back off the injured list today.
First game since April 2nd.
Got hit on the wrist by a pitch. It broke his wrist, so he's been out since then.
And it was his right wrist, so that even takes even longer because that's his throwing arm.
Lawler 6 for 18 this year, so hadn't played much before he got hurt. Back today, and now the 0-1. And Lawler takes low and inside.
And Lawler came up as a top prospect at the shortstop position, but with the emergence of Geraldo Perdomo from an offensive standpoint, Lawler gets pushed into center field.
1 ball, 1 strike. Lodolo brings it home, and it's swung on and fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes now on Jordan Lawler.
Of course, they do say, Tommy, that if you can play shortstop, you can play anywhere. I guess the Diamondbacks are going to find out.
Yes, they will. Pretty good athlete. I would imagine he'd be able to make that transition. Time will tell. The 1-2 pitch instead of pick to first runner back. Mention a former top prospect. He was their top prospect, their number 1 guy the last 2 years.
6th overall pick back in 2021.
One ball, 2 strikes on Lawler, and again Lodolo picks to first base, chasing Perdomo back to the bag, who does have 8 stolen bases, but he's been caught 4 times, so a mixed bag for Perdomo in stolen base attempts. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter Lawler. He's got him down to the count here, ball and 2 strikes. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and down on strikes Jordan Lawler. No throw from Stevenson. He fumbled the exchange, and that'll be a stolen base, the 9th of the year for Perdomo.
And I think Perdomo had such a jump that even if Stevenson gets the ball and ready to throw, he's not going to be able to throw over the top of Lawler because that breaking ball took Stevenson back behind the hitter.
Blue James Groover now at the plate with a runner at second base and 2 outs. The pitch to Groover, swung on, fouled back. Strike 1.
Dead pull.
It's another guy that is good young prospect for the Diamondbacks.
He likes to swing. He does not like to walk.
Just 4 for 19. Made his major league debut earlier this month on the 5th. Swung on and fouled back, and he's down to the count here 0-2.
When you get a hitter, especially a young hitter that likes to swing, you don't have to throw him a strike all the time. Matter of fact, you may not have to throw him a strike at all.
0-2 the count. Runner at second base, 2 outs. Lodolo gives a look back to second. And here he comes with the 0-2 pitch. Inside and hit him in the foot. So he got him with a curveball on 0-2, hit him right in the foot, and now he will go hobbling out of the box. And he is definitely in a little bit of pain as he makes his way down toward first base now. He is still hobbling in the grass between home plate and the Diamondbacks' third base dugout.
Well, Geraldo Perdomo is standing at third base, and the third base umpire, Ryan Adderton, is saying, hey, you got to go back to second.
You don't get to stay here. Well, maybe he was just chatting with J.R. House, former Reds third base coach. Now in the same role.
I forgot J.R. was here.
Now in the same role with the Diamondbacks.
Love that dude.
Runners at first and second base, 2 outs. Here's Ryan Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt, former first-round pick out of Kentucky, came into this season as the Diamondbacks' top prospect. He made his major league debut a month ago back in May the 8th, hitting .267, no homers, 8 RBIs. The pitch to Waldschmidt is taken too high for ball 1. Diamondbacks with a little 2-out threat going right now. 2 on, 2 out. Second inning, no score. A lot of base runners already in this game, but nothing to show for it yet. The 1-0 swung on and fouled back. The Reds loaded the bases in the first inning on 3 walks from Eduardo Rodriguez, but came up empty.
Well, Waldschmidt can swing it. He's a pretty good hitter. Doesn't have a home run this year, but with 2 outs, you've got to make Waldschmidt you got to force him in contact because Ketel Marte's on deck.
1-1 down too low. Changeup from Lodolo, and Waldschmidt takes it on the outside edge, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Ketel Marte is not a guy you want to face with the bases loaded. He is one that can hurt you with one swing of the bat.
Way off the outside corner, 3-1, and Marte handles left-handed pitching very well. So does the guy behind him in Corbin Carroll. 3-1 on the number 9 hitter, Ryan Waldschmidt. First and second, 2 outs. Lodolo to the plate. Swung on and popped him up. High into the air. Over by first base. Sal Stewart in foul ground just outside the bag will make the catch. And the inning is over. The Diamondbacks will strand 2 more runners here in the second. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless in Cincinnati on the Reds Radio Network. Well, it is scoreless, bottom of the second inning as the Reds get ready to bat. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. With the Cowboy Jeff Brantley, our producer engineer Dave Yiddy Armbruster, and Drew Westerheide, keeping us on the air back in our network headquarters. I'm Tommy Thraw. Great to be with you here at Great American Ballpark in a scoreless tie. The first pitch is up and away for ball one to Noelvi Marte. Marte has hit safely in each of his last 4 ball games. Had a couple of hits a couple days ago in San Diego. The pitch is up and in, and he's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes.
He's looked a lot more comfortable since returning to the big leagues than he did when the season began.
A little more selective. The 2-0 pitch, that's in there for a called strike.
Well, he doesn't look like he's trying to hit a 5-run homer every time he comes to the plate.
Doesn't look like he's going up there ready to swing at everything that's thrown up there either. He swings at this one, drives it high, deep, left center field. Lawler back at the wall, out of room, and it is gone into the Reds bullpen. A solo blast for Noelvi Marte. That's his first home run of the year. And it puts the Reds on top 1-0.
One of those crazy things when you don't try to hit a home run, all of a sudden here they come. And right now, here comes Noelvi Marte.
It's funny because you talk to guys that have been around the game, hitters that have been around the game for a long time, and they will tell you very rarely do they actually hit a home run when they're trying to do it. Tyler Stevenson now. Pitch to Stevenson's a little bit low. Count is 1-0.
And that was a changeup. That's a pitch the Reds have had a little bit of difficulty with there in that first inning.
1-0 pitch, and Stevenson checks his swing, but it's a strike on the outside corner. The count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Stevenson has looked better at the plate lately. He's hit safely in 4 straight and has gone 7 for 15 in those 4 games. He leans back out of the way of it. You talk about a guy that is suddenly starting to look a lot more comfortable and confident at the plate. That would be Tyler Stevenson.
Reds need all they can get.
Oh, boy. Here's the 2-1. Swung on. That's fouled back to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Stevenson. And we're talking about Eugenio Suarez getting going, and even Marte with now a 5-game hitting streak. And also Matt McLain looking better at the plate. Haven't talked as much about Tyler Stevenson. He's looked every bit as good as some of the others. The 2-2, and he takes strike 3 called here. So he doesn't exactly back up my point there in that at bat, but there's 1 down.
It's all right. He's got a 4-game hitting streak. He's still got time to add to that.
Matt McLain now. McLain looking much better here in the month of June than he did through the first couple months of the year. 8 for 26. That's a 306 mark so far, or 308 mark so far here in June. The pitch is just off the outside corner. 1-0 on Matt McLain. He was 1 for 5 on Wednesday in San Diego. Got a hit in his last at bat. A 1-0 pitch. And he watches a strike at the knees. Curveball bends in from Rodriguez. It's 1-1. Reds up 1-0 in the home run from Noelvi Marte. The 1-1 pitch. Up and in, and McLain leans back out of the way. It's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Numbers on the year, 209 with 8 homers and 25 driven in. 2-1 pitch. McLain swings, pops it foul. 2-2. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter. Western and Southern donates to support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area when it comes to fighting cancer. We're all in this together. The 2-2 pitch to McLain. Swing and a miss. Got him the high fastball. He's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rodriguez. And there are 2 outs in the second. Now back to the top of the order in Dane Myers. Myers walked his first time up. 40 pitches for Eduardo Rodriguez in the first inning. The most first inning pitches he's ever thrown in his life. Pitch to Myers. Up and away for ball 1, 1-0.
That makes my arm hurt.
Ooh. You may be thinking, well, I mean, it's 40 pitches. Why would that make his arm hurt just in 1 inning? What difference does it make if it's 1 inning or it's spread out over 3 or 4? Line foul, third base side by Dane Myers. There is a difference, though, when you're doing it in 1 inning, isn't there?
Well, it really is, especially, well, it wouldn't matter if you're a reliever or a starter. But 40 pitches in 1 inning, especially when you have walked some guys and the bases are loaded and you're trying to tighten it up a bit.
Myers takes low and away, 2-1.
Arm feels like lead.
So you kind of wonder how that's going to impact him moving forward. We would have loved to have seen the Reds get a big hit in that inning and drive home 2 or 3 of those runs, but pitch to Myers taken for ball 3. The one thing you can be sure of now is he's not going to be deep into this game at all.
And that benefits the Reds, especially in the first game of a 3-game series. You see a lot of bullpen guys in that first ball game. That helps you going forward.
3-1 is ball 4 low. Dane Myers has walked for the second time. Now Myers stole second against Rodriguez and seemed to have a pretty good read on him in that first inning. J.J. Bleday comes to the plate with Myers at first, 2 outs. The Reds do like to run when you get a man aboard, especially a capable base stealer with 2 outs. Not going here, and the pitch to J.J. Bleday is cut on and missed for strike 1. So many benefits to being able to take that extra base when you have 2 outs of the inning, because then if you get that 2-out hit, it means a run. They'll pick to first, and Myers is back easily.
That's not normally a run-scoring situation with 2 outs. 2-out RBIs are tough to come by. But Gabriel Moreno, the catcher for these Diamondbacks, he can swing it to second now.
Myers had a pretty good lead, not going, and the pitch to J.J. Bleday misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bleday. Myers at first base with 2 men out. Reds are up 1-0 in the home run by Noelvi Marte, his first home run of the year. Rodriguez from the belt brings it home, and the pitch to Bleday is a strike on the outside corner.
Pitch is called a strike. The batter is challenging.
So let's find out. Will it stay a strike? Might have been a little low. It was a little low on the outside.
Ball's overturned. Cincinnati has 2 challenges remaining.
That's 3 calls overturned for home plate umpire Alex McKay. I don't know if they've missed collectively by an inch. I mean, that's how close.
Not easy being an umpire at home plate.
Man, you got that right. Pick to first again, chases Dane Myers back to the bag. That's a big pitch to get overturned, though, because that completely turns the count in the hitter's favor. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. And Bleday sends a fly ball to left. Going back, Waldschmidt, and he will make the catch on the track as he squares up just shy of the wall. Inning is over. The Reds get a run on a Noelvi Marte home run, and we go to the 3rd inning on to Cowboy. 1-0 Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
Top of the third inning here in Cincinnati. Reds leading the Diamondbacks 1-0 here in game one of this three-game series. Nick Lodolo, the left-hander, a couple of scoreless innings in the books. He's had base runners in both innings thus far. And he will work back through this Diamondback order for the second time as the leadoff hitter for the Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte, will step to the plate. Marte struck out on a slider down and in his first at-bat. Lodolo to the plate, strike one, changeup over the outside corner. The switch hitter Marte bats from the right side, and he is dangerous anytime. Fouls this one straight back. This time a fastball riding up and away from Marte. Marte with 11 home runs on the year. It's funny that your top two home run hitters are hitting 1-2 in your order. There's a line drive to left, and it's over the head of Blake Dunn. He misjudged it. He started in, and that one step in will cost you every time on a ball hit like that, and that's going to be a double for Marte. It was a low liner when it came off the bat. But Marte has got some serious thunder, and he drove it right over the head of Dunn. One hops the wall. He'll stand at second with a leadoff double. Here's Corbin Carroll. Swing and a miss. Good pitch over the inside edge. It was a fastball sinking down and in. You can get Carroll in there. You just can't stay there and pound it on the inside part of the plate, because that's one ball that he can turn and burn on, and that will hit him. And that looked like another fastball that Lodolo was trying to go in, and he smokes the Diamondbacks right fielder. I'm not sure where he caught it, but it's a hit by pitch nonetheless. In the upper, almost into the armpit of his right arm, the front shoulder. So that'll put the first two batters aboard. Here's Gabriel Moreno. Moreno struck out on a slider down and in his first at-bat. Reds need a double play right here. Lodolo sets, looking at second. Pitch to the plate, ground ball right side. Quick throw to second. They will call him out at second. I tell you what, they might challenge that.
I didn't think they got anybody on that play.
I mean, it was a high bounding hopper. Steer backed up instead of coming to get the ball, and he threw to second quickly. And I guess they are going to challenge it, and I think they should challenge it.
Yeah, I think
he's safe.
Yeah, he's safe.
There's going to be bases loaded. That's going to be, I guess, there'll
still be a fielder's choice. I wonder
unless
if
they score a hit.
Everyone is challenging the out call at second base.
And it was a high hopper, and when that ball hits the ground and hops up that high when you're a middle infielder, you got to go get it. If you back up at all, you've got no chance. And Steer backed up, and with the speed of Corbin Carroll, the Reds are going to get nothing out of this, and it's going to load the bases for Nolan Arenado.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry, because you can actually see the Carroll starting to come up when the ball gets to McLean.
This is going to be overturned.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Arizona will retain their challenge.
So the first three batters aboard on a couple of miscues defensively for the Reds. Now, I don't know that Dunn could have caught that ball, but he broke in and the ball went over his head. So that tells you it wasn't played correctly. And on the ball to Steer, he backed up instead of coming to get it. And it's going to cost the Reds here. And hopefully Lodolo can work out of it. Bases loaded. Here's Arenado. First pitch is going to miss off the outside corner. It's a changeup, and it's a 1-ball, no strike count.
It won't be a fielder's choice, or it won't be a hit. They will call it a fielder's choice.
Back to the plate. Lifted high into the air into left field. This should get the run home. Dunn has it. And tagging from second to third and from first to second. And they're not going to get the runner tagging from first to second. And that is a catcher running in Gabriel Moreno. Tell you what, the Reds are melting defensively here in this third inning. Wow.
Well, I thought they had Moreno, but he snuck the back hand in around the tag of Steer.
Well, the issue here is on that throw, if you think that the guy is tagging from first to second and he's standing on the bag, the throw's got to go to second base. You're not getting Corbin Carroll at third base when you're standing on the warning track. So it's now a 1-1 ball game. Credit Arenado with a sacrifice fly, his 31st RBI of the year. It's a 1-ball, no strike count here to Ildemaro Vargas. Runners at second and third base. And the breaking ball is going to miss outside, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Your job as an outfielder is to keep the double play in order. Here's a Tapper foul rolling down the third baseline. Two-ball, one-strike count here to Vargas. Vargas is 1 for his last 19. Lodolo to the plate. A jam shot pop-up. It'll go just behind the Reds dugout on the first base side into the seats and out of play. And that'll even things at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, if that throw comes from Dunn straight to second base, Moreno is out from here to Columbus. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Pitch. Tapper foul. Awkward swing by Vargas. Setting is Lodolo. He comes calling. He's going to miss just a tad inside. Almost hit Vargas there.
And to your point, Cowboy, I mean, that throw, McLean was lined up to go to the plate. So that throw came toward the plate and then was redirected to second base, and they still almost got him.
The pitch. And that's going to miss downstairs. Looked like a changeup. That's ball 4. And now the bases are loaded. And that'll send pitching coach Matt Tracy to the hill for a conversation with both his starting left-hander Nick Lodolo and the catcher Tyler Stevenson. There are no errors in the inning, but you've had 3 misplays.
And with all that, you can still get out of this with just 1 run scoring if you're able to get a ground ball here.
So here's Geraldo Perdomo, who singled through the right side in his first at-bat. And the pitch to the plate is lifted into right field, slicing towards the line. Long run, Marte, and he won't get it. And that ball is just foul. I mean, by a hair.
Boy, from where we sit, it really looked like it hit on the line. But that's just the angle that we have.
I mean, the Reds catch a break there.
The
And Lord knows they need one here in this inning.
The splash of the dirt landed on the line, I can tell you that.
And Marte was getting it. Now he's playing a little shallower this time around. No ball, 1 strike count as Lodolo comes set and to the plate, swing and a miss. I think Perdomo was swinging no matter what there.
I mean, that pitch was about 6 inches off the plate, and he took a huge cut.
No ball, 2 strike count. How about that slider down and in here? Fastball just off the inside corner. And Tyler Stevenson says, I think I want that one. And he will challenge it. We'll see if he gets the call. Yes, he does. That is strike 3. 2 down.
Another one by a thread. Just barely a strike. You talk about shaving the edge. It can't shave it any less.
See, I think that's the pitch that Lodolo has suffered adversely in the last few years simply because of the angle that he throws it. The ball looks like it's off the plate. It's caught off the plate, but the angle catches the corner. Here's Jordan Lawler. He'll take a changeup that was pulled off the inside corner. It's a 1 ball, no strike count here to the right-handed hitting Lawler.
He might be one of the few pitchers that actually benefits from the ABS.
I believe that. And there's a strike over the inside corner. Just the angle as the ball comes to the plate, it looks like it's going to be way inside because of the angle that it approaches, but it catches that front part of the plate. Pitch, ground ball, shortstop. McLean has it. He'll go to first in time, and only 1 run will score. The Diamondbacks will leave the bases loaded. Great pitching by the left-hander Nick Lodolo as he works around a few miscues. 1-1 ball game, bottom of 3 coming up here on the Reds Radio Network. Eduardo Rodriguez will step back to the hill. And boy, has he thrown some pitches so far in the first 2 innings to the tune of 63. He's averaging 30 pitches an inning. Nolan Ryan couldn't hold up that long. I mean, there ain't no way. So here's Sal Stewart. And he will take strike 1 over the outside corner. The Reds have left the bases loaded, and the Diamondbacks have left the bases loaded. But we are tied at 1 apiece. Rodriguez back to the dish. This is popped up high into the air, right side of the infield. Calling for it is Marte. He has it. 1 down.
I would say somebody said something to Sal at some point. because Sal was burning it, and I mean burning it, out of the box toward first on that infield pop-up there.
Here's Spencer Steer, who walked his first time up. Rodriguez to the plate. Changeup is going to miss up and away. Oh, actually, that was a curveball. 1 ball, no strike count. The left-hander turns it loose. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. Changeup down and in. Well, that's a tough pitch when you can execute it with the arm speed that Rodriguez does, because the hitter's thinking he's got to come in with a fastball now at 1-0. Fouled straight back. Looked like a cutter that time. In on the hands of Steer, and it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
We talk about hitters being able to pick up spin. Sometimes it's the pop of the ball out of the hand for a curveball. It's the red dot for a slider. There's nothing like that for a changeup, is there?
No, you see the open spin, but you're not sure where the ball's going. The 1-2 off the outside corner. That was the changeup. And you can see how Rodriguez works. Backdoor curveball, changeup in, cutter in, changeup away. Pitch to the plate. And he misses downstairs with the first fastball of this at bat. And the count is full. 3-2 here to Spencer Steer. Here's Rodriguez. Breaking ball, tapped foul. That was right in the heart of the plate. Looked like another curveball. That seems to be the plan for Rodriguez as he moves through the Reds lineup for the second time. He's added the curveball to this mix. Another full count pitch coming. Tapper foul. Looked like a high changeup. Steer a bit out in front. The problem with the changeup is if the arm action says fastball, that's what you're swinging for. And then regardless of spin, and then the ball's not there. You start your swing, your hands are coming forward, the hips are opening, and it's not there. And you just have to figure out a way to try to slow down. There's ball 4, fastball off the inside corner. Steer has reached for the second time here tonight. And here's Eugenio Suarez. Eugenio, I think he was overswinging that first time up. He had the bases loaded. I think he was trying to do a little too much and trying to break this thing wide open. And he ended up popping it up into shallow right field. Steer at first, pitch to the plate. That's going to miss inside. Another cutter from the left-hander Rodriguez. It's a 1 ball, no strike count. Rodriguez comes set, looking right at Steer at first base. The pitch. Strike over the outside corner. Another cutter, but this time it's a backdoor cutter, but he does catch the edge of the plate. 1-1 now to Suarez. Here's Rodriguez. Upstairs. Another cutter from the Diamondbacks left-hander. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. 77th pitch coming from the left-hander Rodriguez with 1 out here in the third. You can do the math on that. That is not pretty. And Rodriguez will step off and re-tow as the first baseman Vargas comes walking in. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Back to the plate, Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. A fastball upstairs. That was a 4-seam heater right at the top of the zone. Suarez, that must have looked awfully good because he came unglued. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Vargas to the plate. And he'll miss inside with another cutter. Man, how many full counts has this guy had tonight?
All of them.
About 1 million?
Yep.
3-2 pitch. Steer at first. The pitch, there goes Steer. There goes the baseball into center field. It is going to drop. That's a base hit. And Steer heading to third. He will make it easily. The ball gets away, and it goes into the dugout, and the Reds will be awarded a run. How about that?
Wow.
Arenado could not pick the short hop on the throw from Lawler, the center fielder, and the Reds will get a run. Let's pause for ID here on the Reds Radio Network. Well, there's a single by Suarez, and Steer was going to third on the play. That's what drew the throw from the center fielder. Right now, I think what they're arguing about, Terry Francona meeting with the crew chief and first base umpire Lance Barksdale and home plate umpire Alex McKay. I think Tito wants to know Wyatt and Suarez given third with the ball going into the dugout. Now the umpires will meet about that exact situation, because Suarez was running to second, so you get the bag you're heading to and another, and we'll see how this pans out.
As soon as the ball got away, he broke for second base, so that means that he is
I
going to
think
second.
he was running to second on the throw, and I think that's what Tito's arguing. He was going to second on the throw, and then the ball gets away, so he should get the extra base. Steer was awarded home, and we'll see how this goes. All right.
That'd be large.
Does not appear he's going to get it.
Let's see if we get an extra. Well, I think they're going to get on the horn with New York.
And I think ultimate, let's see, let's hear from Lance Barksdale.
Cincinnati is challenging the placement of a batter runner.
All right.
And I think what the situation is, as I mentioned before, Suarez was running to second base. Not only do you, on a ball that's a wild throw and it goes into the dugout, you get the base that you're heading to, and then you also get an additional base. I don't know. Looking at where Suarez was on this replay, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to get it. Suarez was not as aggressive towards second as I thought he was originally. I don't think the Reds are going to win it. Had he made an aggressive turn around first base and got about halfway, the Reds probably would have gotten the additional 90 feet. I don't think they're going to get it.
Well, it'd be nice if they do, though. That'd be large to have that runner at third.
But you're definitely going to get an error charged on the center fielder, Jordan Lawler, in his first game back tonight.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The batter runner is awarded second base. He was not past first base at the time of the throw. Cincinnati will lose their challenge.
See, now the way he worded that, he wasn't past first base at the time of the throw. He was past the bag.
He was past the bag. But he was not aggressively pursuing second base before the throw. And that's what it takes.
Well, he's still in scoring position here, and there's still only one out in the
second.
inning.
The Reds have taken a 2-1 lead. Blake Dunn will step to the plate with a chance to make it a 3-1 ball game with a base hit here. He actually could do better than that if he hits it over the wall. Rodriguez turns it loose. Ground ball foul down the third base line. No ball, one strike count. Yeah, that was kind of an awkward base running decision by Spencer Steer. because he stopped at second base on a ball that was 50 feet from the center fielder.
Yeah,
I just don't know that he read it that well. And he didn't take off until the ball had already taken a couple of bounces.
Yeah, he didn't get a good read on it. But Red's fortunate to get the run.
The 1-1 pitch. That's going to miss downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Ryan Thompson begins to throw and get ready down in the Diamondbacks bullpen. This is pitch number 83 here in the third. Fouled back behind home plate.
That's a heavy workload.
Oh, my goodness.
Like you pointed out, I mean, it's not like that it was an easy 40 pitches in the first inning. He had the bases loaded. He walked 3 guys.
I mean, you're emptying the tank in the first.
Everybody was a full count.
Now you've got to keep going. 2-2 here to Dunn. That's going to miss upstairs, and it's full count again. I mean, this is 3-2 Magoo. I mean, it's every batter. Reds are leading 2-1, and they could be leading 15-1. Strike over the inside corner, called strike 3. 2 down. Two-seam fastball. That was a bullseye, and that's going to be the last batter for the left-hander Rodriguez. So Torey Lovullo is headed to the mound. Torey Lovullo pointed to the Reds bullpen. There's not going to be any help down there. His bullpen is in right field. It's going to be Ryan Thompson coming on. So Thompson will be our new pitcher. 2-1 Reds, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. And he will get Noelvi Marte. We'll be right back here on the Reds Radio Network. Ryan Thompson on for the 28th time, 2-1 with a 2.42 ERA. Not only is Thompson pitch good, but he has a phenomenal move to second base. And the Reds have a runner at second, and Eugenio Suarez. So Suarez, I hope the Reds know that, because Thompson is a sidearm pitcher, and he drops down, and then he will spin around towards second. First pitch misses off the outside corner. It's a 1-ball, no strike count here to Noelvi Marte.
It should be no surprise the Reds are in the Diamondbacks bullpen already in the third inning. 7 total full counts against Reds hitters. Ooh.
Fastball misses downstairs, 2-0.
And on top of that, 11 of the 15 batters that Rodriguez faced, at least 5 pitches to those 11 of 15. That's a lot of pitches.
Through a complete game in 3 innings, or 2+. Sidearm breaking ball catches the outside corner. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count here to Marte. Every pitch that Thompson throws is down Laredo. He is down there from the side. The pitch. Strike 2. Fastball over the outside corner. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Reds leading 2-1. They have plated a run here in the inning, courtesy of an error by Jordan Lawler, the Diamondbacks center fielder. Pitch. Here's a looper into center field. It's falling quickly, but Marte is there. He will make the catch. Suarez stranded out there at second base. The Reds have a run, and they have the lead 2-1. We head on to the fourth. Tommy Thrall's back right here on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds have the lead. It is 2-1 as the Diamondbacks come to bat in the fourth inning. Fourth inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. Checking in on how things are going around the rest of Major League Baseball. Things are not good in Kansas City for the home team. Yordan Alvarez has gone deep twice in the first inning. First, it was a 2-run home run. The second one was with the bases loaded. Yordan Alvarez has 6 RBIs in the first inning for Houston against the Royals. Eesh. Tough day to be at Kauffman Stadium wearing blue. Here it's the Reds up 2-1. Lou James Groover standing in. He takes the first pitch off the outside corner for ball 1. 1-0 on Groover. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Reds. A run on 3 hits for the Diamondbacks. We're only in the fourth. Swung on, popped up foul, first base side. This game not exactly speeding along tonight. Of course, part of that has to do with Diamondback starter Eduardo Rodriguez. He faced 15 batters tonight and threw 85 pitches.
It's going to be a big Coke night.
Yeah, it might be. Swing and a miss. Good fastball in on his knuckles, and Groover right through it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Lou James Groover. Hit by a pitch his first time up. 8-9-1 for the Diamondbacks in the fourth. 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Whack foul off of the right side. Out of play. 1-2 the count. Dolo Sets up like he's out of the stretch, but then steps back with a small step toward third and then fires. Swung on in the air right field. Fairly well hit, but playable. Marte's back and under it. He's got it. And there's one gone here in the fourth. Lodolo had to work a little bit to get out of the third. Only one run scored. Could have been much worse. The Diamondbacks ended up leaving the bases loaded. Lodolo has not had a 1-2-3 inning through the first three so far. Now Ryan Waldschmidt popped out into foul ground. The first baseman, his first time up. Lodolo's first pitch to the 9-hole hitter is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership saves you up to $1,100 a year with double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and member-exclusive savings. Sign up today at Kroger.com/boost. Pitch to him. And Waldschmidt fouls it away to the right side. 0-2 on Ryan Waldschmidt. He'll go ahead and use his timeout now and back out of the box. You're talking about how the Diamondbacks figure to get Corbin Burns back at some point. He made 11 starts last year before having to get shut down, having Tommy John surgery. The pitch, strike three called, got him. Look at Waldschmidt down on strikes. Now then he was on the road to recovery this year. They were hoping to have him back in July. Well, then he had a shoulder setback in the back of his shoulder that has pushed his recovery time back now to maybe September.
Teres minor. That's when you push a little too hard.
Fouled off.
When your arm's not stretched out, you push a little too hard. Body says, I don't think so.
Fouled away, 0-1 on Ketel Marte. Marte doubled and scored the Diamondbacks run in the third. Led off the inning with a two-base hit over the head of Dunn. Now he skies one high in the air. Center field playable. Dane Myers is backing up under it. He's got it, and that is a 1-2-3 fourth inning for Nick Lodolo. He needed a quick inning. He got one there, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Reds 2, Diamondbacks 1 on the Reds Radio Network.
At Cincinnati.
He can't pitch in the big leagues, though, as we found. 0-2 on Sal Stewart.
Yes, we did.
Loizaga, high set. Here he comes, the 0-2 pitch to Sal Stewart. Down and away.
He throws hard now.
1 ball, 2 strikes. It's from Nicaragua. Broke into the big leagues when he was 23 years old. Back in 2018. First year with Arizona after his first 8 years were spent in the Yankee uniform. On the pitch to Sal Stewart. It's maybe a little low on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes and a changeup. Sal 0 for 2 tonight. He's flied to left and popped out to second base. Loizaga with a high set. Now here he comes, the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball headed for the second baseman. With it, Ketel Marte, and he'll throw in time to first 1 out in the 5th. We owe you an answer to our trivia question, even though we already knew the answer. On this date in 2023, relief pitcher Ricky Karcher made Reds history by becoming the first Reds pitcher to be credited with a save in his major league debut since save became an official stat in 1969. What team did Karcher record his historic save against? The Diamondbacks, the Royals, or the Cardinals? It was B, the Royals. Steer swings and fouls it back, strike 1. Playing the Royals at Kauffman Stadium, the Reds broke a 4-4 tie with a run in the top of the 10th. Karcher was tapped to protect the 1-run lead and nailed down the victory after surrendering a leadoff walk to Bobby Witt Jr. Karcher retired the next 3 Royals in succession to secure the victory and earn the save.
Oh, it wasn't like that.
It was a little more adventurous than that.
I didn't think I was going to make it through that game.
Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away. The count is 0-2. You were on TV that night, right?
I was.
Oh, my. It was
I was
wild.
about to have a coronary, too.
That's one where your chest hurts a little bit after that. Gets a little tight. 0-2 on Spencer Steer. Hanging on for dear life. 0-2 pitch. Down and away.
I'll tell you who was hanging on for dear life was Kurt Casale, because he was catching. And that's the benefits of having the cameras that we have today, because the facial expressions from Kurt Casale were priceless.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. It was unbelievable. That was one of the crazier finishes to a game you will ever see. 2 down. Here's Eugenio Suarez. Let's look at today's scoreboard stumper. That ain't it. Grab the stat sheet.
What's that?
I was trying to get the stumper and grab the stat sheet. Here's the stumper.
You
5.
could read that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's what some broadcasters do.
Nobody on, 2 outs. The pitch. Suarez takes a strike on the outside corner. 5 active players have amassed 50 or more extra base hits and collected 50 or more stolen bases in the same season. Who are they? 50 or more extra base hits, 50 or more bags stolen in the same year. 0-1. Suarez grounds it back up the middle. Ketel Marte will backhand and throw to first in time. Suarez is out. Reds are out. 1-2-3 in the 5th. On to the 6th. 2-1. Reds lead the Diamondbacks on the Reds Radio Network. Diamondbacks coming to bat. 6th inning. Reds are up 2-1. Nick Lodolo is still on.
How many are there?
There are 5. You have 2 now because you just said Ellie, right?
Ohtani.
About to come back from the break. Shohei, he says. Show me Shohei Ohtani. Ding. You've got 3.
So I said Corbin Carroll, Ellie De La Cruz, Shohei Ohtani, and there's 2 more.
There's 2 more. Geraldo Perdomo bats. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and the pitch is inside for ball. 1-0. Reds are up 2-1. We're in the 6th inning here at Great American Ballpark. The Dolos 1-0. Check swing, Perdomo. They ask at first. He didn't go. Now Perdomo's, I think, thinking that pitch might have hit him. He is singled and struck out.
What about Bobby Witt Jr.?
That's a great guess, but no. Did that hit him? Ooh, no, I don't think so. I'm still looking at it. No, they won't challenge. And almost got his back foot. There is a junior on this list, but not him.
It's Ronald Acuna.
That's very good. Geraldo Perdomo takes a look at a breaking ball for a strike. That's really good. I actually didn't. Wow. I thought that was actually going to be a bad hint.
How many more you want me to get?
I want you to get the last one without me giving you a hint. Pitch is inside. 3-1 now on Perdomo. Lodolos 3-1. Perdomo sends it in the air to right. There's Marte to make the catch. 1 out in the 6th. Now Jordan Lawler. Lawler is struck out and grounded to short. He tries to bunt. It's inside. Did he offer at it? He didn't, so it hit him. If he offers it that, then it's not a hit by pitch. It looked like he offered at it.
Suarez is talking with a home plate umpire. He tried to bunt it. Hey, he tried to bunt it.
Well, it looked like it. Suarez came all the way down. I guess he pulled it back, yeah.
No.
And hit him in the shin.
What about somebody like Jose Altuve?
1 on with 1 out. Of the Houston Astros, that Jose Altuve?
That guy.
He had 57 extra base hits and stole 56 bags in 2014.
Ding, 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 ding.
Joins Ronald Acuna Jr., 80 extra base hits with 73 steals in 2023. Corbin Carroll, check swing. Did he go? He did not. Pitch is low to Lou James Groover. Corbin Carroll had 65 extra base hits and swiped 54 bags in 2023. Ellie, 71 extra base hits, 67 steals. In the same year that Shohei Ohtani had 99 extra base hits and stole 59 in 2024. Pitch is down. 2-0 now on Lou James Groover. Well done. I would almost accuse you of cheating the way you got those so quickly.
Oh, come on.
I just said almost. I didn't say I would, but I would consider it. Runner goes. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second is high. That's a stolen base.
I wasn't looking when it came on the board. I was looking at my sheet.
I know. I said almost. Second stolen base for Lawler. 2-1 the count on Lou James Groover. That's the tying run now down at second base.
I mean, the only thing I've done for the last 50 years is this.
That was really good. That was really good. I thought that was a hard question. Swing and a foul off the bare hand of Tyler Stevenson.
If you look at it from the extra base category, it's a hard question. But there are only a few guys in the game now that can steal 50 bases and that actually have stolen 50 bases.
And have extra base power.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good way to look at it.
I mean, I wasn't going to guess Billy Hamilton. Of course, he's not active, so
I should hope not.
But I mean, you see where I'm.
Yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, it is active too. Yeah. That narrows it down. 2-2 on Lou James Groover. Runner at second, one out, 2-1. Reds have the lead. We're in the 6th inning. Lodolo readies at the belt. Stares down the runner at second. Now to the plate with a 2-2. Too high with that fastball upstairs. The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
T.J. Antone throwing in the Reds pen. Antone has kind of been the get out of jail card lately. Reds get in a funk. They've got a problem. Seems like Tito, that's where he's going.
Well, he's fearless. That's a good place to start.
Amen.
Payoff pitch. Fouled off to the right side, out of play. And the other part about that, too, that I think allows a guy like T.J. Antone to have success is his age. And I would say experience, but to be honest, he's been hurt so much that has limited his big league experience. But TJ's a smart guy. He continues to study the game and figure out how to get guys out. And I think he has developed some wisdom along the way. Lodolo backs off the rubber and will reset.
There actually is an art to this pitching thing. It's kind of gotten forgotten with guys that throw so hard and spin the ball so well. But hitters react
3-2.
how you set them up.
Grounded right back up the middle sharply into center field. Dane Myers up throwing. They're waving around Lawler. Throw to the plate is not in time. Lawler will score. Stevenson comes out from behind the plate to cut off a little of that distance to keep Grover at first base on the RBI single to center that ties this game up at 2, and that's going to be it for Nick Lodolo. So Terry Francona has popped out of the Reds dugout. This game is all even, 2 apiece. Pitching change coming here in the 6th inning, with the Reds and Diamondbacks all tied at 2. It's a Wober's mustard call to the bullpen. Wober's mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. T.J. Antone. 2-2, Reds and Dbacks in the 6th on the Reds Radio Network.
Well, here's T.J. Antone with a runner at first base. Reds have 1 out here in the 6th. Lou James Groover, who stands at first base, has just tied this ball game in 2 apiece. And Antone coming on for the 15th time, 1-0 with a 3.21 ERA.
It will get Ryan Waldschmidt. 1 on and 1 out. Antone picks up the sign, readies to go, and here he comes with the first pitch of the number 9 hitter, Waldschmidt. In there for a called strike. And boy, wouldn't you love to see a double play ball off the bat of Waldschmidt right here. He's 0 for 2, a pop out and foul ground to Stewart at first, and a strikeout looking his last time up. Antone's 0-1. Too high. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, you're trying to limit the times that Marte and Corbin Carroll come to the plate with runners on base. And simply because they can do long ball damage.
The 1-1. Breaking ball down and away. Lodolo threw 96 pitches. Through 5 1/3 on this night. It's in the hands of the bullpens. Antone's pitch. Ground ball. Headed for Steer. He fields. Flips to McLean. Around to first. Not in time. It wasn't all that sharply hit. But still a ground ball toward the middle that you think off the bat is a double play. The Reds settle for one.
Well, because of the bounce, Steer had to lay back on it. And because he had to lay back, that was your split-second decision at first base.
Now back to the top of the order. Here's Ketel Marte, and he watches a first pitch strike. And TJ Antone, it's 0-1. The thing you have to admire about TJ Antone is that he will take whatever he's got on any given day and use that and figure out how to make that work.
That's called pitching.
The 0-1. Backdoor breaking ball, and a good one there to the left-handed hitting Marte. Switch hitter up there from the left side against the right-handed thrower, and it's 0-2. Antone readies. Runner takes off. The pitch is a high chopper to the right side. Sal Stewart has it. Gives it up to Antone, who bare-hands it and gets to the bag in time to get Marte. 3-1 on the putout. That was just instincts. Antone kind of taking that feed because Sal was behind him by the time he fed it to Antone, and he just grabbed it with the bare paw and goes to first to get the out. We go to the bottom of the sixth. The Diamondbacks have tied it at 2 on the Reds radio network.
Hey.
Taylor Clark will come out of the Diamondbacks bullpen. Tell you, by the time this night's over, the Reds may very well see just about every reliever, save for Paul Sewald, out of this Diamondbacks bullpen.
Well, that's a beautiful thing if you're Terry Francona's squad. Boy, you'd love to be able to do that and win this game. That would be an added bonus. Here's Blake Dunn. You would prefer the seeing everybody in the bullpen being the added bonus to winning. Pitch is up and away. Count is 1-0 on Blake Dunn. Loizaga went 1 inning for the Diamondbacks. Phase 3, struck out 1. Dunn, Marte, and Stevenson. Dunn has hit safely in 7 straight, but 0 for 2 tonight. The 1-0. And Dunn watches a strike. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike on Blake Dunn.
It's the 31st ball game for Taylor Clark. He doesn't strike out a whole lot of batters, only 14 and 27 2/3 innings. But he didn't give up many hits, and he definitely doesn't give up the long ball.
1-1 is off the outside corner. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Dunn. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire. Beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. Now the 2-1. Up and in to Dunn, and it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Dunn wands the bat through the zone. Right-hander looks in, has the sign, and now deals the 3-1 pitch. Dunn takes outside, ball 4. Blake Dunn is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 6th.
That looked like a pretty good pitch there, but no challenge from the catcher Moreno.
Now Noelvi Marte. He drove one deep into the Reds bullpen. Back in the 2nd inning, his first time up. That got the Reds scoring started. And then he popped out at the second baseman his last time up. Picked to first, chase is done. Back to the bag standing. We got a runner on here. See if the Reds try to put a little pressure on this right-hander and maybe think about sending Dunn in motion. Right-hander against right-hander. Dunn, pretty good lead at first, not going. The pitch to Marte, hit on the ground to the second baseman. Fielded by Marte to Perdomo 1, and around to first, double play. So that erases the leadoff walk. 4-6-3 on the double play, and now Tyler Stevenson. Stevenson, who we talked about earlier, has been swinging the bat better and has hit safely in his last 4, and kind of loudly. I mean, a lot of those games, multiple hits, but 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. He takes off the outside corner cutter. 1 ball and no strikes on Tyler Stevenson. Tied at 2. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reds and Diamondbacks in the first game of this 3-game series. Both of these teams have been struggling, and I mean struggling big time. A 1-0 pitch. And kind of the same way, breaking ball down and away. Both teams have struggled to hit with runners in scoring position. Both teams have had their bullpens struggle mightily. And both teams are in a stretch where they've lost 10 of their last 13. Now the catcher is going to go out. Moreno wants to have a word with Clark here, where he deals the 2-0 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. Both teams have dropped their last 4 series, so you got to figure something's going to give here in the next 3 nights.
Oh, it will give. You just hope it's giving in that first base dugout and not the other side.
Boy, howdy. Quick visit by Moreno. Two 2-0 on Tyler Stevenson. Clark from the belt. Throws. Stevenson a check swing again off the outside corner. 3-0. Right-hander against right-hander. And here comes Clark. Stevenson rips it down the left field line, deep toward the corner. It is a foul ball. Flirting with extra bases down the left field line in the corner. And it landed just foul.
Did the third base umpire give a signal at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think he ever moved his arms or did anything.
It would be helpful if he would.
Turned around and maybe looked back to home plate. It was in the corner out of our view.
Some of us can't see down there. Stevenson goes the other way and fouls it off to the right. There's not many areas of the ballpark that we can't see.
Yeah, the ball's foul. You hold up both hands into the air. And if it's fair, you point towards the field of play.
I mean, don't tell me, tell Ryan.
He must have missed that class.
3-2 on Tyler Stevenson. Nobody on, 2 outs, 2-2 in the 6th, and here comes Clark with a payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Frozen. Gone with a slider. Stevenson's down on strikes, and the inning is over. The Reds are out in order after the leadoff walk of Dunn, the double play, and a strikeout. We go to the 7th. Back to Cowboy, tied at 2 in Cincinnati on the Reds Radio Network.
Right-hander T.J. Antone will go back to work here against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're tied at 2 runs apiece. Reds got out early on a home run by Noelvi Marte to lead this game 1-0. Diamondbacks came right back in the top of the 3rd to make it 1-1. Reds scored a run in the bottom of 3 to take a 2-1 lead. And the Diamondbacks scored in the 6th, chasing Lodolo to tie it at 2. Back to a breaking ball here to the left-handed hitting Corbin Carroll, and he is dangerous anytime, all the time. The 1-0 from Antone. High cutter misses outside. 2-ball, no strike count. It's Carroll, Moreno, and Arenado. 2, 3, 4 here in the Diamondbacks order. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Breaking ball misses inside. It's a 3-ball, no strike count. And do not take it for granted that Carroll will not be swinging on a 3-0 pitch. If he likes it, he will come unglued. Here's the 3-0. And he'll take a backdoor cutter over the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike here to the Diamondbacks right fielder. Carroll 1 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch in his second at bat. Pitch and a ground ball to the right side. Steer quickly to it. Throws on the run. And they just do cut down Corbin Carroll. Diamondbacks may challenge this. It was awfully close. And that will be the first out of the inning. Steer moving towards the second base bag. He threw across his body off balance. And they just did cut down Corbin Carroll for the first out here in the 7th. And here's Gabriel Moreno. Moreno, he has struck out. He is grounded into a fielder's choice. Doubled on the first pitch he saw in his last at bat. All of those at bats coming against Nick Lodolo, tonight's starter for the Reds. No ball, 1 strike count. Pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. Fastball over the outside corner at 96. That was in the mitt before Moreno pulled the trigger. No ball, 2 strike count. Time called by Moreno as he will step out of the batter's box. Arenado waits on deck. Set by Antone. Pitch to the plate. Looked like a curveball or a sweeper off the outside corner. That pitch broke a bit laterally. Didn't catch a whole lot of plate. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Back to the dish. Lifted high into the air into left field. It's going to stay in the park. Dunn will have it. 2 down.
Yeah, you were talking about last inning when Antone came in. We were talking about how he is a pitcher, and I think he's actually more of a pitcher now than before he got hurt.
I agree. He doesn't rely on just trying to spin it the best that he can or throw the best fastball that he can. That's not pitching. That's throwing. And we got a lot of throwers in this league this day and age. Fastball, top of the zone, up and in. That is strike 1.
I love when hitters are caught between two minds on whether or not they want to challenge. He started to put his hand up, and he didn't.
Up and in cutter came right back to the high inside corner. Swing and a miss. 94-mile-an-hour heater. That's the surprise pitch for Antone now. It used to be the other way around. Now he pitches backwards. Cutters, sliders, curveballs early, and he's able to throw them on the edges on both sides of the plate, and then he'll surprise you with that fastball. And there's one at 96 that is up and out of the strike zone. Arenado down in the count, 1-2. 2 down here in the 7th. Antone trying to retire the Diamondbacks in order. Sets, he'll turn it loose. Here's a looping liner into the seats down the left field line. That's out of play. And it appears that ball was hit off the end of the bat as Arenado heads back towards the dugout to get a new piece of lumber. Pitching has and always will be keeping the hitter off balance. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Here's Antone. Fly ball into center field. That was hit off the end of the bat. Myers has it, and that indeed is a 3-up, 3-down 7th. Nice job by T.J. Antone. We are tied at 2. Reds and Diamondbacks, the first of 3. Bottom of 7 coming up here on the Reds Radio Network. Taylor.
Ball was hit fairly well into the alley. I mean, it drove Lawler to the track, but he was slowing as he got there because he had such a good route to that ball.
Good route, good speed. For an outfielder, that's the ultimate combination.
I have a feeling he's going to turn himself into a pretty good center fielder.
Well, this is the Reds center fielder. Dane Myers will step to the plate. Myers has walked all 3 times he has come to the dish tonight. And he'll bat with 1 out here in the 7th. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. A cutter over the outside corner. No ball, 1 strike count. Clark inside with that one. They're showing that as a changeup at 90. It's a hard changeup, but he uses it on the inside part of the plate. And this is a no ball, 2 strike count now to Dane Myers. Because the fastball from Clark is 95, 96. And that pitch is going to miss downstairs. That'll be another changeup. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Myers readies, pitch to the plate, right down Broadway. There's the fastball. 2 down. J.J. Bleday. J.J. 0 for 2 tonight. He did walk in his first at bat. He was stranded aboard the base pass when the Reds loaded the bases in the first inning and could not score. Bleday in his 4th plate appearance here tonight. The pitch to the plate. And it is a changeup that tails off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strike count. Bleday readies. Clark back to the dish, and he's going to miss down and away. That's going to be challenged by Moreno.
Let's go the ball. The catcher is challenging.
There's a backdoor cutter. And it is
Goes overturned. Arizona has 2 challenges remaining.
Backdoor cutter just caught the bottom of the strike zone. So that'll even things here to Bleday at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down in the inning. And Clark comes calling. Swing and a miss. Another changeup. That one moving downward. And Blade right over the top of it. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Blade with time as he steps out of the box. Now he's back in. Line drive, right center field. That's going to the wall. Blade rounds first, heads into second. He's got a 2-out double, and the Reds have action with 2 outs here in the 7th. And here's Sal Stewart.
That is the first hit by the Reds since all the way back in the 3rd inning when Eugenio Suarez singled, and that led to the error that scored Spencer Steer.
It was a backdoor cutter, and that was called a strike. That was the challenge pitch earlier in the count. And Blade just went out there and hooked it into right center field. Hits it all the way to the wall. And now Sal Stewart with a chance to put the Reds on top. Sal hitless on the night. He has flied to left. He's flied to second. He is grounded to second. Pitch from Clark. Fastball. That's going to miss upstairs. 1 ball, no strike count. Fastball up and in here to the right-handed hitting Sal Stewart. Stewart with 42 RBIs on the year. And an underwater swing there. That one fooled him a bit. It was a slider that cut off the outside corner. Sal started and tried to stop. Could not do it. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Clark checks second. Blade is there. The pitch. Outside, another breaking ball. Two and one now to the Reds. 3-hole hitter and first baseman Sal Stewart. Clark to the plate. Another cutter, and that, well, that looked pretty good.
Did it ever?
It was taken for ball 3. It's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. It was off the outside corner, but boy, did it look good. I don't know how you take that. Glad I wasn't a hitter. Maybe that's why I was a pitcher. 3-1. Stewart holding that bat high in the air as he waits on the right-handed pitcher, Taylor Clark. Here it is. That's in the dirt, and that's ball 4. Another breaking ball from Clark. So the Reds now with runners at first and second base. And that'll bring Spencer Steer to the plate. It will also bring pitching coach Brian Kaplan to the mound. No doubt a discussion about how they want to attack Spencer Steer.
Well, Steer has cooled off since snapping that on-base streak. Boy, this would be a great time for him to heat back up.
Well, this kind of falls right into the wheelhouse of Spencer Steer. A lot of breaking balls from the right-hander Taylor Clark. He tries to get ahead with the kind of cutter-slider combination, and you throw that for a strike, that's normally what Steer does his damage with. But so far tonight, Steer has walked twice, and he struck out his last time up. That came against Jonathan Loaizaga. That name messes me up. Loaizaga.
There it is.
There's too many vowels in there.
It's a bunch.
It's like putting extra marbles in my mouth. Well, here's Steer. Chance to put him ahead. He'll take a fastball up and away, and it's a 1 ball, no strike count. 2 down in the inning. Blade at second. Stewart at first base. 2-2 ball game. Steer readies. Pitch from Clark. Foul off to the right side. A check swing on a fastball up and in. And it just happened to catch the back part of the bat of Spencer Steer. So now we're even. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Clark back to the belt. He'll check Blade. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider way off the outside corner. And Steer started, and that's back-to-back check swings.
They didn't want to offer it that one. That was.
He didn't want to offer it the other one either. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Clark back to the ready and to the plate. Slider down and away, and this time Spencer says, I don't think so. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the Red second baseman. Steer trying to make it happen here in the bottom of 7. The pitch. Line drive, 1 hopper. Arenado has it. He will throw to first in time, and the Reds will strand 2. We will head to the 8th. We are tied at 2. Tommy Thrall back at you here on the Reds Radio Network. Right-hander Zach Maxwell, better known as Big Sugar, comes out of the bullpen. Maxwell coming on for the 8th time. 7 innings, 11 hits. He's given up 9 runs, but the last few times he's been out there, thrown the ball pretty well.
Former Georgia Tech product, ready to go to work now against 5, 6, and 7 in the Diamondbacks order here in the 8th inning. It has definitely been better for Maxwell lately, and he has gone the last 2 outings without walking a batter. His first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. He has gone scoreless outings in 4 of his last 5. The outlier, not a good one, but the other 4 really good. The 0-1. Ildemaro Vargas takes a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. If Maxwell throws strikes, he's got a chance to be very, very effective. He is unpredictable with his command. That's when things go haywire. Ripped down the right field line, pulled foul into the seats. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Ildemaro Vargas.
It's a good pitch right there. Back-to-back fastballs, and then he cuts that ball in on the hands of Vargas. Vargas was spinning on fastball there, and he pulls it foul.
Now the pitch ripped again foul, first base side. Another breaking ball from Maxwell, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. We talked about it before. There are some guys that have fastballs that you can elevate. There are others that have to pitch down in the zone. Now the 1-2. Up and away. Do you think Maxwell is a guy that can elevate that fastball even though it's 100?
You could see that one. It just took off, caroming off the glove of Stevenson as he tried to reach up for it.
So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Ildemaro Vargas leading off the Arizona 8th inning. Put a good swing on a fastball there at 100 and fouls it straight back, and the count still even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vargas 0 for 2, a walk in the 3rd. Maxwell ready at the belt. Now here he comes. And it's lifted in the air. Center field. Lazy fly. Short center. On in a hurry is Dane Myers to make the running catch in short center field. He got a little bit of a late break, but he turned on the speed and got there. One gone in the 8th, and the batter will be Geraldo Perdomo. This game's even at 2 in the 8th inning. Reds had a 2-run lead, or a 2-1 lead, and then the Diamondbacks tied it in the 6th. Cashing in on the 1-out hit by pitch. First pitch on the inside corner. Called strike on a fastball from Maxwell to the left-handed hitting switch hitter Geraldo Perdomo. Maxwell to the plate, the 0-1, and Perdomo watches a fastball just miss off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Make sure you stay tuned after the game. It'll name the Toyota Tundra Star of the Game, plus highlights and scores and much more coming up once we're done. The 1-1. Popped into the air, left field and shallow. Actually, it's not that shallow. It's going to carry and actually sends Dunn back toward the warning track. He'll make the catch. Perdomo is out number 2 on the routine fly to left, but it did travel a little bit more than I thought off the bat.
Yeah, that pitch was down, and Perdomo got a little more of the barrel to it than it looked like.
2 down, and Jordan Lawler, who's been all over the place defensively. His best catch was when he ran down that fly ball to the wall in center and crashed headfirst into the pads. And the fly ball off the bat of Matt McClain. The pitch to Lawler low and away. 1 ball and no strikes on Lawler, who's been hit by a pitch, stole a base, and he was the one that scored the tying run in the 6th inning. Maxwell delivers. Lawler watches a strike. The count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lawler was the Diamondbacks' top prospect the last couple of years. Shortstop moving to center field. He's done a nice job tonight out there. The 1-1 is swung on and fouled straight back, and it's ball and 2 strikes. In the Reds' 8th, it'll be Suarez, Dunn, and Marte due up. Diamondbacks have already used 4 pitchers in this game. The Reds are on their 3rd. Arizona's starter, Eduardo Rodriguez, lasted 2 2/3 innings. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball past the first baseman, Stewart, into right field. He shot that on the ground to the right of the Reds' first baseman. 2-out single for Jordan Lawler. His first hit tonight.
He'll be running.
Already 1 stolen base. The Diamondbacks have 3 tonight. Maxwell has been doing a better job of holding base runners here lately. A little issue over at first base. Even Lance Barksdale helping out over there. Couldn't see what was going on.
Trying to get those 7 sliding mitts on.
The oven mitt, yes. Lou James Groover. Maxwell brings it home. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. Throw to second. Not close. Easy steal for Lawler down to second base.
Lawler running while Maxwell still had the ball on the mound. I mean, he didn't even, he gave him no look at all.
1-0 on Lou James Groover. That's a big run down there now. That's a go-ahead run. Late in this game, the pitch, Groover takes a ball low.
Well, this is how the Diamondbacks scored back in the 6th inning. Lawler reached, stole second base, and then Groover hit one right back up the middle. Seeing eye single, but it scored Lawler.
2-0 pitch. Didn't 1-2, but he went around. Chasing the breaking ball from Maxwell. Good cutter, and the count's 2-1. Right-hander against right-hander. Now the 2-1. Good pitch. Fastball in there. Groover watches strike 2, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a Diamondbacks team that has struggled to score. They have struggled to hit with runners in scoring position. The 2-2. And Groover lifts one in the air toward the line and right. Marte giving chase into foul territory, and he missed it. He got a little Gator Army as he neared that sidewall over there down the right field line. Reached out for it, kind of was twisting while he reached, anticipating impact with the wall, and it just went out of his grasp. Two and two on Groover. Inning's over if he catches it, but missed it. And now the 2-2. Fouled back again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, you really hope that that's not one of those plays that comes back to bite you. Runner at second, 2 outs. Maxwell brings it home, and it's up and in. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Maxwell backs off the back of the mound, bends down, swipes the dirt, takes a breath before he retoes the slab. Now looks in. Signal given, and here's Maxwell with a 3-2 pitch. Grounded foul again over by the first base dugout. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes on Groover. Runner at second with 2 away. Maxwell again has the sign, and here's the 3-2. And he walked him just off the outside corner there with the cutter. And now they're 2 aboard with 2 out. Number 9 hitter Ryan Waldschmidt's at the plate. And even if you get Waldschmidt here, the drawback now is that you're going to have to deal with the top of the order beginning in the 9th inning.
Whether you score or not.
Right. You'd much rather have it be 9-1-2 when that 9th inning begins. You'd really rather have it 8-9-1. But that ship sailed after the base hit by Lawler. Now you got to go to work here against Waldschmidt, because you certainly don't want to deal with guys like Marte and Carroll with a couple of men aboard. Maxwell back on top and ready to go. The right-hander sets ready, and here comes Maxwell to Waldschmidt. Breaking ball in there for a strike called, 0-1. Sam Maul begins throwing in the Reds bullpen. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Boy, he got an ugly swing and a breaking ball in the dirt outside, and now the count's 0-2.
And you get that ugly swing when you throw the first breaking ball that the batter sees for a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 tie, 8th inning. Waldschmidt back in there. Rookie against rookie, and now Maxwell is going to back off the rubber and reset. Waldschmidt debuted back in May. Diamondbacks top prospect. Waiting on the 0-2 pitch. Here it is in the dirt outside of the breaking ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Go ahead run in scoring position here in the 8th. Waldschmidt twirls the bat. Now the 1-2. Low on the outside corner. This time a fastball on the count. Levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild here. 2 on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 tie in the 8th, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. And it's just a little bit low. So he missed down with a fastball, and now it's full 3-2. And now you've got action. Lawler at second, Groover at first, both off on this 3-2 pitch to Waldschmidt. Here it comes, and he walked it. Missed with the cutter down. And now they're loaded. And back to the top of the order, and Ketel Marte. Back-to-back walks, and Matt Tracy will go to the mound, which would signal that they will stay with Maxwell here. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Matt Tracy out, talking with Maxwell. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Maxwell made quick work of the first 2 batters. A fly out to center by Eldemaro Vargas, and then Geraldo Perdomo flew out to left field. Jordan Lawler singled through the hole on the right side with 2 away, and then back-to-back walks of Lou James Groover, the 8-hole hitter, and then the number 9 hitter, Ryan Waldschmidt. So they are loaded here with 2 outs. The pitch. Ketel Marte watches a strike on the outside corner. 99. Marte doubled and scored back in the 3rd. He is 1 for 4 tonight. Here it comes. Swing and a foul back. He didn't want to. It was a half swing, but he fights it off. And now Marte down to the count 0-2, and that was way out of the zone, up and away.
Well, he was cheating for the fastball, and he got his barrel out there, and the pitch was off the plate. Couldn't hold up.
0-2. Maxwell had Waldschmidt 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Just a little bit low. Call the ball. The Reds challenge.
Call the ball. The catcher is challenging.
So let's find out. This is a big challenge right here. And it is strike 3 called. The Diamondbacks leave them loaded, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Reds and D-backs still tied at 2 on the Reds Radio Network. Arizona back to their bullpen now. It's Kevin Ginkel taking over in the 8th inning of a 2-2 tie. Ginkel is on for the 29th time. Ginkel 1-2 at 2.81 ERA, 25 2/3 innings pitched. He has walked 6 and struck out 30 in the league, hitting .219 against Ginkel. Ginkel will get Eugenio Suarez, Blake Dunn, and Noelvi Marte. If anybody gets on, Tyler Stevenson. Huge strikeout for Zach Maxwell to end the Diamondbacks' 8th inning threat. Strikeout of Ketel Marte looking. Pitch down and away for ball one to Eugenio Suarez to start this at bat, 1-0. Suarez 1 for 3, flew out to right field in the first. Singled in the third and then grounded to second in the fifth. Check swing by Suarez. Didn't want to, but he went around. Ginkel sets ready in the 1-1. Suarez tried to hold up, couldn't. Chased the slider down on the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes on Eugenio Suarez. This is the first game of 3 between the Reds and the Diamondbacks. Here it comes. Suarez takes way low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ginkel shaking through the signs. Now picks out the one he wants. The 2-2. It is lined on a bounce between Perdomo and Arenado into left field, a base hit. Eugenio Suarez is on to begin the Reds' 8th inning.
So my question to you, Tommy, is do the Reds bunt here with Blake Dunn?
Well, there's a good chance, especially with them sending in a pinch runner at first base, Edwin Arroyo. So now you have a speed upgrade at first. I do for a couple of reasons. One, Dunn, I think, is a pretty good bunter. And 2, you also have the chance that he could get a hit out of it. Or do you like the idea of running and trying to get him home? Arenado tied at third. They're expecting the bunt. He does show bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a ball.
I think if you bunt here, you want to bunt the ball at the first baseman. Because if you bunt the ball to third and you bunt it too hard, Arenado's going to second.
Arroyo off the bag at first base. The 1-0. Dunn again shows bunt, again pulls the bat back and watches one miss outside. Dunn out of the box, now back in again. Right-hander home. No sign of a bunt, and Dunn flies one to center field. It'll send the center fielder Lawler back near the track to make the catch, and Arroyo has to stay at first. So Dunn unable to advance the runner there. Now you have a runner at first with 1 out, and here's Noelvi Marte. One of the things that if you are asked to bunt, you better be sure that when you swing away, you advance the runner. 1 out. Marte hit into a double play his last time up. Picked to first, chases Arroyo back to the bag. Are you a fan of trying to run with a guy like Arroyo with 1 out?
Well, Moreno has got a great arm. The key is, can you run on the pitcher Ginkel?
Ginkel to the plate. Swing and a miss. Good change, or actually slider there. And Marte right through it. He's down to the count 0-1.
Marte, after hitting the ball inside for the home run, he's going to see a steady dive of the breaking ball here.
The 0-1. And it just did hang a little bit upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike on Noelvi Marte. 1 on, 1 out of a 2-2 tie in the 8th inning. Arroyo off first, and here's the 1-1. Up and in with a fastball, and it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Arroyo inching off first. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Right through a slider over the outside corner.
That's why you throw that fastball up and in on the 1-1 count, because you know you're going back to double up sliders on the outside corner. He's going to come back with a slider here again.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Marte back in there. And here comes Ginkel's 2-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball towards short. Fielded by the shortstop Perdomo. He goes across to first in time to get Noelvi Marte hustling down the line. And the reason Perdomo went to first base there is because I don't think he thought he had a play on Arroyo, who was racing to second.
Because the ball was a high hopper. It was hit right into the ground. It took a big bounce. And in that spot, with the speed of Arroyo, you weren't going to get him at second base, or it was not going to be a sure out, I can tell you that.
That was a heads-up play by Perdomo. Now the pitching coach, Brian Kaplan, back out of the mound. With Tyler Stevenson due up, he will be called back for Nathaniel Lowe. So you have the left-handed hitter on to face the right-handed throwing Ginkel, and they're going to talk about how they want to attack Nathaniel Lowe in this situation with the go-ahead run down at second base and 2 outs in the 8th inning.
Well, you got a veteran hitter at the plate in Lowe. I can't imagine that they would face Lowe with a base open. I think this meeting is about, we're going to walk Lowe, and this is how we're going to attack McLean.
McLean has had some good swings tonight, nothing to show for it, but he has really been struggling with runners in scoring position lately. Multi-platinum country music hitmaker John Party is coming to Great American Ballpark on Wednesday, July 8th as part of the Ohio Lottery postgame concert series. Stick around after the Reds play the Phillies and enjoy a live set from John Party. For tickets and more info, visit reds.com/concerts. With the meeting wrapped up on the mound, they do, in fact, walk Nathaniel Lowe intentionally, so he's been sent to first. Now the Reds have 2 on with 2 out, and Matt McLean is the batter. So this is the right-on-right matchup we were talking about. McLean is just 3 for his last 29 hitting with runners in scoring position. First and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ginkel sets. And here's the first pitch to McLean. Way outside of the first pitch breaking ball. Tied at 2. The Reds took the lead back in the second inning on an Noelvi Marte home run. The Diamondbacks evened it at 1 in the 3rd. The Reds reclaimed the lead in the 3rd. Arizona tied it in the 6th. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. That was ball 2. It was a slider down on the outside corner, and McLean swung right through it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ginkel straightens, eyeballing second. Now the 1-1. And a fastball belt high on the inside corner is strike 2.
This is almost an instant replay of the pitch sequence that Noelvi Marte saw, except on that fastball he saw it up and in to make the count 2-1.
The Reds are 0 for 6 tonight with runners in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt outside. Good block by Moreno. There's a reason he's a Gold Glover back there. The Reds hit .153 with runners in scoring position over their last 13 games. That is something they need to reverse. 2-2 on McLean. Now's a good time to start the pitch, and McLean shoots it foul right side. Never too late to reverse a trend. Two and two. 2 on, 2 out. Still tied at 2. And here's Ginkel with the break even to McLean. Just off the outside corner. Ginkel thought he had strike 3. Pointed into his catcher Moreno to try to get him to challenge. Moreno said, it was just off, a hair off, but it was off. Now the count's full. Well, Arroyo at second's going to be running, as will Lowe at first on this 3-2 pitch to Matt McLean, and here it comes. Instead, an inside move, and they throw to second, and Chase Arroyo back to second base. He had started toward third a step before he reversed course quickly enough to get back to the bag. He almost got stuck in the mud there, though. Ooh.
Pays to be quick.
Yes, it does. Let's do it again. 3-2. Swinging a ground ball, smash to third, backhanded Arenado, cross-body throw, got him on a close play. Nolan Arenado from the front row of the seats past the dugout, pretty much where he was when he made that throw, flipping it across in time to get the out at first base.
Tell you what, the old boy can still play.
Wow. And he got him by half a step. Inning over, the Reds come up empty. Great play by the 6-time Platinum Glover at third. We go to the ninth, still even at 2 on the Reds Radio Network.
Brock Burke, the left-hander, coming on for the 34th time, 2-2 with a 3.09 earned run average. He is our Reds' Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard, let's put some mustard on it.
Changes for the Reds defensively. Edwin Arroyo stays in the game at second base. Spencer Steer moves from second to first. Sal Stewart over to third, and P.J. Higgins enters the game now behind the plate. And the first pitch cut on and missed by Corbin Carroll. 0-1. That was an unbelievable play by Nolan Arenado to end the Reds' threat in the 8th. Off the bat, I thought that was a base hit, maybe a double down the left field line. I think that'll score at least one, probably only one with Lowe running, but still, that would get the job done. Nope. Nolan Arenado. No spring chicken at this point in his career. Now 35 years old, the 1-1. And Carroll lifts a fly ball over to the right of center. There is the center fielder Dane Myers to make the catch in right center field for the first out. Reminding you why Nolan Arenado is so good over at third base and has been for so long.
He showed us exactly that.
You know, sometimes you like to admire some good defense.
That was good defense.
Just a bad time to try to admire good defense. Game-saving play at the moment for the Diamondbacks, and now with one out, here is Gabriel Moreno, and he takes a strike. Couple of pitchers loosening right now. The Diamondbacks bullpen. Way outside from Burke, and the count is even 1-1 Paul Sewald getting loose, as is Juan Murillo. Got to believe Sewald if the Diamondbacks take the lead. The pitch too far outside. 1-1 on Moreno. Make it 2-1 on Moreno. Burke comes set. Now here's the 2-1. Flirted with the outside corner. Didn't get it. No challenge from Higgins. 3-1. Burke from the belt. Now to the plate. And the pitch is ball 4 high. Both teams have 2 and both of their ABS challenges remaining. And there have been a lot of challenges, but they've all been won tonight. Sometimes you have games where there's a lot of ABS challenges and it's an indication that maybe the umpire's having a bad night.
I think that Alex, he's done a phenomenal job behind the plate.
Alex McKay, the plate umpire, breaking ball in there for a called strike. If you take all the challenges we've had tonight, you combine the distances by which they might
have 2 inches,
quote unquote, maybe missed calls. Yeah, maybe 2 inches total. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and popped up foul. First base side. Over to have a look. Steer reaching into the camera well, but he can't quite get it.
He almost got it.
He did. 0-2 on Arenado. I mean, even the pitches that have been flipped to strikes have been just shaving the edge. Oh, 2 on Arenado. Runner at first base with 1 man out. Arenado 0 for 3, but he does have a sacrifice fly tonight. Right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. Burke ready at the belt. Stares down the runner. Moreno at first, now comes home. The pitch is a little bit too high. 1-2. Signal given. And Burke's 1-2. Breaking ball is down low. Good pitch, but he just didn't get the commitment from Arenado that he was hoping for. 2-2. Diamondbacks have stolen 4 bases tonight, which is a season high for them. I don't think Moreno's running, though. He does have 3. Well, he is running. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. You don't very often expect a catcher to be on the move, but Moreno was. Bless you. 2-2 on Arenado. See if Moreno's running again. He got a pretty good jump, but Higgins would have had a play on him. Burke ready. There goes Moreno again. The pitch is down and in. Throw to second. Not in time. Moreno has the Diamondbacks' 5th stolen base tonight. And that's the 4th stolen base of the year for Moreno. He almost popped off the bag, but I don't think that he did.
That's a catcher, and he made it easily.
Good pitch to run on, too. Tough one for Higgins to handle back there. Down and in on the right-handed hitter. Burke sets. Now looks at Moreno at second, and here's the 3-2 pitch. And it's popped into the air. Shallow right center field. Here comes Marte to make the catch in shallow right center. And Moreno has to stay at second. Arenado is the second out here in the 9th inning.
Arenado chased ball 4, a backdoor breaking ball under the zone. He was trying to play hero with that runner at second base.
Now with 2 outs, Ildemaro Vargas will be the batter. And the Reds are going to put him on. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 ninth inning. Here's Geraldo Perdomo. Burke comes set, and the left-hander delivers. And Perdomo takes a look at a strike at the knees. So they decided they'd rather take their chances with Perdomo rather than Ilamaro Vargas. Both are switch hitters. Burke comes set. Now the 0-1 pitch to Perdomo. Swinging a foul right at home plate. He fought that off. Got that in on his knuckles, and he's down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Vargas, he hits well from both sides of the plate.
He is much better against left-handers than is Perdomo. Much. 0-2 the count. And now time called to the plate by Perdomo, and he's going to back out of the box. About 130 points better, if you want to be technical.
Good enough for me.
Makes it kind of a no-brainer, doesn't it? Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul, third base side. We'll try it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Perdomo. Bring the whole family out to Great American Ballpark on family discount days provided by Klosterman Bakery. Throughout the season, families can save big on tickets in select areas of the ballpark. Get all the details at Reds.com/family. Burke ready. And from the belt, the left-hander again home of the 0-2 pitch. Way off the outside corner with that fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tried to get a little chase out of the zone from Perdomo there, but no luck. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Burke again sets ready. The 1-2. Too far outside. That time changed speeds on him. And again, Perdomo flinched but didn't offer at it. Burke, after a look at second, home of the 2-2, fouled into the seats right side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Geraldo Perdomo.
You can see Perdomo has moved up on the plate a little bit. That's when you got to go with that fastball at the top of the zone.
Perdomo's 1 for 4. Stolen base tonight. The pitch. And he swings and sends one in the air to left. There's the left fielder, and he dropped it. Dunn drops the ball. The run will score. Here comes the throw to third. Not in time. Perdomo into second base. Dunn never really did seem to get a real good read on it. He kind of waited back on it, then came racing in, and then was kind of having to scramble in quickly at the last minute and hit right off the heel of his glove.
It just looked like he misjudged it. He broke flat, tried to come in quickly, and the ball was sinking on him, and he just missed it.
Tried to scoop it. It actually went right off the pinky of his glove. No RBI on the air by Dunn. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Jordan Lawler. 0-1 on Lawler. Well, Murphy's Law strikes again. 3-2 Arizona. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing foul, and it's 0-2 on Lawler.
I believe that's the 9th error that the Reds have had since June 1st. That ties for most in the major leagues.
During the 5-game losing streak, they had at least 1 error in all of those games. The pitch off the plate outside. The Reds have lost 6 of 7. All 6 of those losses have featured an error, and now an error tonight. One ball, 2 strikes. Burke fires, and he hits it into short right center. Looper is down for a base hit. 2 more runs will score. Jordan Lawler drives home 2 more, and the Diamondbacks have a 6-2 lead in the 9th. Make it a 5-2 lead, 5-2 lead here in the 9th inning. They lead by 3. Now Lou James Groover. Burke ready at the belt. Picks to first. Chases the runner back to the bag. The Reds were out of the inning. A little routine flare that drops in. Extends it. Gave the Diamondbacks the lead and opened the door. Runner started, then stopped. Snap throw behind the runner at first. Lawler just back safely. Head of the quick throw from Higgins. 1-0 the count on Lou James Groover after the pitch missed.
Well, this is what happens when you're losing ball games. You try to overplay. Your hair's on fire. You're trying to make sure that you don't make a mistake. And when you play with that kind of pressure that you put on yourself, you make a mistake. Make several of them.
Burke's offering to Groover is high and deep to left field. Back goes Dunn. He leaps and makes the catch on the track just in front of the wall. So there's a good play by Dunn, but the error leads to 3 runs. The Diamondbacks have opened up a 5-2 lead as the Reds come to bat for the final time in the 9th when we come back on the Reds Radio Network.
Right-hander Paul Sewald coming out of the Diamondbacks bullpen. He is their closer. He has saved 15 and 16 opportunities, 2-4 on the year from a record standpoint, a 3.33 ERA. Right-hander throws that upshoot fastball, not overpowering, just deceptive.
Error scored the go-ahead run, opened the door for 2 more. Diamondbacks with a 5-2 lead as the Reds come to bat here in the 9th inning. Dane Myers to lead it off. First pitch to Myers, swung on, fouled back. Jorge Barosa enters the game in center field. Lawler moves from center field to left field. And Myers fouls it back. Reds have the top of the order up here in the 9th inning. Myers, Blade, and Stewart. Now time called by Dane Myers, and Sewald getting warned for quick pitching Dane Myers and trying to pitch him before Myers was alert to him. Sewald, the right-hander readies. Here comes the 0-2, and Myers fouls it away to the right side. Myers walked the first 3 times he came to the plate before striking out his last time up, so officially he's 0 for 1. Sewald comes set. The 0-2 pitch, way off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Sewald throws from that low 3/4 delivery. He's got a little bit of body lean towards third, but he's over the top, and it shoots the ball up in the strike zone.
Way off the outside corner with a breaking ball, and it's 2-2.
Normally you're expecting the pitch from that angle to run back to you. His ball continues to ride up.
The 2-2. And it's fouled away to the right side. 2-2 on Dane Myers. Reds trailing 5-2 in the 9th inning. Reds in danger of dropping their 7th in their last 8 games. 2-2. And too tight to Myers. The count runs full, 3-2. Boy, he's shown some great plate discipline tonight. Dane Myers has. Sewald listening for the sign, has it, sets, and here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Just as I talk about plate discipline, he goes after a pitch up and in, and he's down on strikes. 1 gone in the 9th inning. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. 1 down, and now J.J. Blede's the batter. The pitch to Blede is a backdoor breaking ball for a strike called, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 to Blede. And it dives a little bit too low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed hitter in Blede. Sewald throws right-handed. He brings it in, and Blede lifts one in the air to right. Playable for Corbin Carroll. Drifting toward right center, he'll make the catch. And the Reds are down to their final out here in the 9th inning. Sal Stewart is the batter. Sal is 0 for 3 with a walk. Reds got both of their runs against the Diamondbacks starter tonight. Eduardo Rodriguez knocked him out of the game in the 3rd. The pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Never really did deliver a true knockout punch against him. The Reds have left 10 on base tonight. The Diamondbacks have stranded 12. Here's the 0-1. Stewart rolls over it to the shortstop. Perdomo has it. He'll make the play in time to first, and that's all. Reds fall 5-2 to the Diamondbacks after Arizona scores 3, cashing in on the 2-out error off the glove of Blake Dunn and left. Once again, final score, Arizona 5, Reds 2. We're back to wrap things up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.